Hey, this is Andrew Brown from ExamPro, and we are taking a look at Azure Notification Hub. So the goal of this service is to send notifications to mobile apps in order to increase the app engagement and usage. You can use tags to filter which apps or users that will receive notifications, and those apps can be registered in Azure Notification Hub in two different ways. The first way is installation model. So that's where the app sends an installation request to Azure Notification Hub, including all the information needed for the installation to be completed. This model is easier to set up and maintain. And then from there, we have the registration model. So this app sends an Azure Notification Hub registration request with the PNS handlers and tags, and Azure Notification Hub responds with the registration ID. It's great for native or generic templates that can be used in order to define the message. All right, let's talk about the supported platforms that Azure Notification Hub supports. This gives you an idea of how it can be used with different mobile frameworks because, we all don't use iPhones. There's Androids and other things like that. So for Android, we're going to see support through Firebase Cloud Messaging. If you do not know what Firebase is, it's Google's cloud platform as a service. It's a way of building out applications similar to AWS Amplify or Supabase. But the component for messaging is through that SDK for cloud messaging. This used to be called Google Cloud Messaging. So if you go through the documentation, you might see this. This does not exist anymore. You have to use Firebase Cloud Messaging, okay? For iOS, we have the Apple Push Notification Service, APNS. And so through that, it's going to be notification hubs for iOS 13. And the way that works is through Objective-C SDK. I don't think there's support for Swift, or at least I could not find it, but this is only important if you are a native mobile application developer. But basically the idea is the Objective-C SDK is how you would interact with it. There's also a notification hub for Xamarin. I always say Xamarin wrong for iOS applications. Xamarin is, I'm assuming the X is pronounced like an S. I don't know why, I just assume. But that is a technology, a framework built by Microsoft that allows you to build out native applications for a variety of things like iOS and Android and things like that, and Windows Phone, of course. For Windows Phone, the way we're going to communicate is through the Microsoft Push Notification Service, so MPNS. For Windows, because I suppose you can build a Windows application, not just a Windows Phone. This is through the Universal Windows Platform, so UWP app. And from there, that is the Windows Push Notification Service, so WNS. So, this is just to give you an idea of the broad stuff and get you exposure to a lot of these terms. Again, I don't think that's going to show up in the exam, but good to know for Azure Notification Hub, okay? All right, let's take a look at how message flow works for Azure Notification Hub. So notice this tower here. So this is the platform notification service by your provider. So if you're using Apple, they have their own, Microsoft has their own, et cetera, et cetera. And the idea is that Notification Hub is connected to that, and that's how notification gets pushed out. So Notification Hub is just pushing to this tower, and then this tower pushes out to tablets that are subscribed, okay? But let's go through the flow here because there's some interesting things about handles we need to know. So the idea is that your app says, hey, I want to subscribe to push notifications. So it sends a request to your platform notification service, and it's going to get back a handle. That handle is going to vary. So if you're using Windows notification service, you get back a URL, a URI. And for Apple's, you're going to get back a token. So then you have to store that token into your application. So it comes back to your phone, your tablet, whatever. And then it goes, okay, to the back end and then stores that token here. And then the idea is that you can then use that token that whenever your app wants to notify all devices that are registered for push notifications, it's going to then push it out. With the handle, it's going to go to the platform notification service, and then that's going to roll it out. And then all your apps are going to receive that information. So hopefully that makes it pretty clear how that works, okay? All right, let's take a look at some key concepts or components that are in Azure Notification Hub to just kind of cement what we learned about the message flow and just the service in general. So Azure Notification has these key concepts. So we have routing. This is the process of selecting which registrations will receive the push notifications. We have the idea of broadcast. All registrations will receive the push notification. A tag, registrations that contain the specific tag will receive that push notification. A great way to narrow down who you want to notify. There are tag expressions, so registrations that match the tag expression will receive a push notification. So that is an even further way of narrowing down who we want to receive a push notification. There's the notification hub namespace, so you have to create a group of one or more notification hubs in order to send stuff out. Tags are used to label applications so that they can be routed more efficiently, which is what we were talking about here just a moment ago about tag and tag expressions. You have templates. These define the format on how the client will receive the push notification, and it's platform specific. Okay. Each platform it says platform independent. So platform specific, I think, is probably a better word there. Each platform has its own platform notification service, which is in charge of push notifications. So the idea is that push notification hub or Azure notification hub is just basically an adapter to all these a variety of services that are offered by these other telecom or notification companies. Okay.
Hey, Brian here again from ExamPro. Thank you for watching the video. Much appreciated. If it really helped you out, then don't forget to like, and if you want to keep learning, then go ahead and subscribe, and we're going to have all sorts of cool cloud content. If you're prepping for certifications or exams or just want to learn more in a more structured way, you can go to exampro.co, and you get to see all sorts of awesome content there, including you get flashcards and quizzes and all sorts of great stuff. You could become a real professional on there. So go ahead, hop over there if you need to, or you can watch some of these videos that are popping up. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you soon.